Hello, everyone, and welcome to a new broadcast of Larissa Gabu Show. Today is a wonderful day. I hope you're doing well. I'm doing well here in Norway, and you are doing well, my dear friend. Thank you for coming.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here with you.
You know, I met you physically at the Global Beauty Award. It was like a month ago, almost a month. And, you know, you look so beautiful. And I just thank you for the welcoming, you know, traveling from Norway to US and all that. It was really, really a wonderful time we had together at the Global Beauty Award. Thank you again.
Yes, it was wonderful. The Global Beauty Awards, it was my first time being there, and I had the pleasure and privilege of being on staff as well. So I got to see the whole thing come together. And what I loved most about that experience was getting to see so many women from different pageant systems, different countries, all having one place to come together, celebrate doing what they love, pageantry, but it really was that sisterhood and that uplifting spirit that I have come to love in pageantry. So it was so wonderful. And then to get to meet people in person that we'd only chatted,
Mm.
on Instagram together. And so it was so great to like give hugs and see each other and say, it's so nice to finally meet you. Like, what a beautiful experience. Obviously, the whole event was gorgeous. The award winners, it was great to see, but my favorite part was just that sense of community that I didn't fully expect. I didn't know to expect that. And everybody who, runs Global Beauty Awards and Pageants Northwest and Lloyd Enterprises all just coming together to give us that space. It truly is invaluable to anyone in pageantry and the connections you make there. So even just like right here, we were able to connect, and now we get to connect again, and it's just so special.
Amen. Amen. Amen to that. Amazing. It was my second time. And can you imagine traveling from Norway to Seattle?
Wow.
More than I can't tell you how many hours. But it was worth traveling. And this was my second time. And I love it. As you describe the sisterhood, the spirit there, it's something to experience. We can't describe it enough with words. And meeting new people, it's amazing, you know. And I want to know, you know, you mentioned to me that you are into social marketing, and tell us about and how you find the Global Beauty Award. How did you start all this?
I love telling this story because it's a little unexpected, but I myself have never done pageantry. So I am very new to the pageant world. And I think that actually has brought a new perspective to my work because of that. So I actually got into the pageant world within the last year through all of these amazing women I was so blessed to know in my life. So people like Christina Kovalevich, Mazzy Eckel, and Jennifer Lloyd, who you'll know from the Global Beauty Awards, they were just personal friends of mine, and I loved seeing all that they do every single day in addition to their pageantry. And I was just amazed at everything they did. And seeing how much they were doing, I was like, why don't you guys have websites? Why don't you guys have bigger social media followings? And honestly, the answer every time was just, we don't have time. We are so, so busy, but we would, of course, love to, reach more people. And so I started building websites for them because that's just something that came naturally to me. It was in my wheelhouse. So for the past 4 or 5 years, I've been teaching marketing, branding online, and helping people build websites. Going to my husband and sitting down and saying, I think I might need to pivot my business. I think I need to work in this pageantry world because I loved it so much.
Mm.
And through those connections, I was given the opportunity to work at the Global Beauty Awards, which was such an eye-opening experience, such a beautiful experience that I got to, like we said earlier, witness the sisterhood and the community that pageantry brings. So,
Mm.
as someone who is just starting out with this budding little business in pageantry, to get to step into it, having been a part of this beautiful community in person, it's such a blessing. So I've just now started um, accepting new clients for building websites, personal websites for pageant queens and any woman looking to represent themselves fully online. So I help them with their online branding, help them figure out what their social media strategy is and how we can get them online in a beautiful way that represents every facet of the woman. Because as we know, women in pageantry, they don't just ever do pageantry.
It's
They
true.
write
Very
books,
true.
they run nonprofits, they're mothers, they're wives, they're sisters, they're advocates. They do so much. And that's one of the things we celebrate at the Global Beauty Awards is all the facets of these amazing people in pageantry. So it's been such a wonderful experience just getting started. But my goal is to help every woman out there get online confidently in the way that their inner beauty deserves. And it doesn't hurt that we can make something outwardly gorgeous as well. But it's been a really wonderful story of connection where this organically came about. It wasn't a business I set out to start, but it came about because of the need
Yeah.
that we saw with all of these friends and these role models that are around us
Mm.
who are in the pageant world. And there's not very many of us. If I do know that I'm one of the very few
Mm.
um, designers who focus on creating pageant focused websites.
Mm.
And then once we build a website, that's the beautiful foundation for building the rest of your online brand. And from there, you can really build something very strong, cohesive, and beautiful that represents you well. So it's a bit of a different take on getting online is focusing this pageant branding, but I have loved it every step of the way. The people I have met are just so inspiring, and I'm so excited because every time I get a new client, I get to know their story. I get to hear what drives them, what motivates them, what makes them fall in love with what they do, and I get to help them put that out into the world. Like, how special is that for me? So I really truly enjoy this business, and I named it the Social Queen because I want every woman to feel like they are getting a digital crown every time we launch their website, that they are feeling like digital royalty. So it has been a wonderful journey, and I'm so excited to be bringing these services to women and people in pageantry, hopefully soon all around the world.
Wonderful. Amazing. Wow. Amazing. I'm just, wow. The way
I
you
know
say,
it's
the
very
way you
different.
describe it, the way you saying it now, I understand that is something we really, really need in the pageantry. And like I remember it was not that long ago, I actually did many different websites for my businesses. But 2 years ago, I used to have larissagabu.com. And finally, I had to close it. But before then, someone approached me and said, why do you invite people? You think about others, but you never think about taking all your business in a website or, when I saw what you did for Jennifer, I was just like, man, I don't know who did this, but this was so clever.
Oh,
Everything was in the same place. And
yes.
I was like, my God, I wish I have something like this because I have different website and I forget about telling exactly who I am. I was like, yeah, I do this, I do that, and that. And
Yeah, all these
if
different
yeah,
things. Yeah.
we definitely need that. And tell me something. I know you have a secret that drives you. What do you want to say to women outside there in general?
You know, I have always wanted to champion women. I went to a all women's college and I fell in love with the community that comes from women's spaces. And I in my free time, I'm also an artist, and all of the artwork I make centers around female portraits and showing femininity through a female gaze. And in the genre that I do my artwork in, that is not something you find very often. And throughout the years, that has given me such motivation so that when I was presented with coming into the pageantry space, I immediately wanted to be a part of it. I find such personal motivation and drive by getting to support other women in what they're doing because I think women truly can do anything they set their mind to. The
Yes.
problem is we just don't have enough time in the world. So it's just absolutely amazing to me to see what all of these women do and because of all of this, I feel so motivated to get to see them online because I can see as a designer and a marketing, expert, I can see their full potential of being online, what being online could give them if they were able to get online in such a cohesive and easy way but because they don't have that same background as me, they might not be able to see it as clearly. So, my drive and my secret to wanting to bring in new clients is because I'm so excited to give them this opportunity. Because every single time I have built a website for one of these women, the first reaction, Larissa, is wow, I just never realized all of my work could look like that, or I didn't realize that I was all of that. Like reading the bio you wrote about me brought me to tears because it made me realize everything I've done. And that, oh, that's so motivating. I want that for every woman in pageantry because so often I see them focused on what's next, which rightly so. They're always on to the next thing.
Mm,
But so often, they don't have enough time to get to sit in their accomplishments and see everything that they've done. And, we can see that in my client, Jennifer Lloyd, who was just crowned Mrs. Queen of the World,
yeah.
and so and she is busy beyond belief. But being able to have a website to look back on, she can feel proud of everything that has led her to that moment
Mm,
and everything in that moment which allows her space and excitement to look forward. So, building a press kit to show everything that she's done and be able to give that to media for interviews has allowed her to get more interviews and get to talk about her advocacies more.
mhm.
And, she just told me, she goes, this is just so exciting to have these resources and as somebody who, it's a one-woman office here, and it is just me, myself, and I on this single-handed mission to
Wow.
improve the digital lives of these women. So
Mm,
when I hear moments like that, it really truly does give me that motivation. And I hope to never lose that because that is so beautiful and being able to continue to attend pageants in person,
mm.
travel, and get to meet new friends like you
Yes.
and get to
Likewise.
experience things like the GBAs, that is what keeps that fire going because pageantry doesn't end and
No.
pageantry doesn't sleep. And I love that aspect that it calls to the part in us as women in pageantry who are looking for the next thing, who are trying to improve the lives of our families and those around us in our communities. And I love being a part of something so much bigger. So even when it's just me sitting in my office working on, a computer all day because I'm building a website. I'm actually part of something so much bigger that I can feel so connected to these women and the things that they are doing and getting to support them. It truly does bring me joy. So much so that I completely pivoted the business now. It is called the Social Queen, and that's where we're going to be from now on.
Amazing.
Love it. I hope to see it grow, and only because I hope that I get so many people excited about the same thing that I might need to hire helpers so that we can try and get every single woman online. But, it's a slow and steady road. We just started, but I'm hoping to first educate women about why they might need a website, why they might need branding for their social media, how exciting and helpful it can be. And then we'll go from there and see if they'd like to sign on. I always tell everyone that whether or not you book with me, I'm still gonna be in the stands
Mhm.
cheering for you as loudly as I can. Of course, I'd love to be your coach and take you all the way to the end goal. But if not, and you need to go a different route, or for any reason, it's just not the right time for you, just know that I'm still gonna be in your DMs. I'm still gonna be in your
Wonderful.
stories advocating for you because I'm so excited for what you're doing next. Because
Awesome.
I believe whether or not we work together, we're all in this together.
Thank you so much. Amazing, amazing. This sounds very interested and it's interesting. And I know that there are so many women around the world that need this. And, I'm looking forward to probably hire your services and maybe we can do something together. And I know people
Wonderful.
watching my show, there are people that are they are not living in US, but because of the media today, they can still order from Norway, from Africa, and we have all time to learn, and we always learn with life. I'm so happy, dear, that you came, and thank you for coming on my show. And as I said, you are so beautiful, and it was really wonderful to meet you at the Global Beauty Award. Thank you for what you share, for your vision. Congratulations with your new company. And I know it's going to work because pageantry needs that. And see you soon then. You are very welcome on my show again. I'm looking forward to do things with you. Bye.
Thank you so much.
Bye.